Lynk and Co is a new company made in 2016. It's a cooperation between the Chinese company Geely and Volvo. So today we are going to visit a car dealership. Let's have a look inside. As I mentioned earlier, Lynk and Co was founded in 2016 after the purchase of Volvo by Geely, which occurred in 2010. The goal is to make cars simpler to use yet more convenient by redefining the way you buy it, connect it, and use it. Lynk and Co targets young and urban customers, as you will see through the videos. There's another detail I'd like to add. In Europe, I was used to see sedan or even hatchbacks promoting the savoir-faire, the craftsmanship of car makers. But here in China, it's quite different. The flagship is always a big SUV, and Lynk & Co is no exception. So from the entrance you can see the logo, Lynk & Co. Very designed, very sleek, black and white. And since it's a new company, they only have 3 different cars. And they came out with very original names. You have the Lynk & Co 01, the Lynk & Co 02, and over there, the orange one, is the Lynk & Co 03. In the shop you have lots of goodies like these cars. It's all black, quite heavy, and you can see the airflow coming in. Very cheap too, only 468 yuan, right, for one. You have bags, you have jackets, and you also have nice t-shirts in English. I mean, Lynk & Co. So if you don't have a Lynk & Co, you're not in, you're out. Today I'm gonna show you the Lynk & Co 01. So this is the flagship. It's a luxury SUV. It has a 2-liter turbocharged engine producing 190 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque. The design was chosen after a competition of 200 designers worldwide, and there was a bureau in Göteborg in Sweden who chose this. I know it looks like, I don't know, it looks like a famous other car. It really looks like it, but they told me that it was made after a designer competition. Let's have a look at the logo. The logo is very classy. Just a square with a line, a zigzagging line in the middle. One side is glossy, one side is matte, and it symbolizes the cooperation between Asia and Europe. So this car is the result of a cooperation between Volvo and Geely. So Lynk & Co is detained at 70% by Geely and 30% by Volvo. So inside you can find lots of innovations made by Volvo. So to open the hood you have to press twice. Once and twice. Why do you have to do that? This is for security reasons. When you open the hood, you have one hook here and another one here. So this is for security reasons, for the hood not to open if you drive fast. So as you can see, we cannot see anything. Everything is hidden. So here you have the glass cleaner, the battery should be down there, and the brake liquid there. But let's try. Okay, open. So you can open and you can see the battery, you can see the brake liquid here. But this is not really made to be serviced by the owner, because this car has a lifelong guarantee. You don't need to go to fix it. If you have a problem, you just come here and they will fix it for you for free, or so they told me. As far as build quality goes, I must admit that I was quite impressed. Everything feels solid, yet not heavy. Classic choice of colors with a red beehive pattern, maybe because this car is made for busy people. The gauge cluster is an LCD screen, of course. The steering wheel is surprisingly small, reminds me of the Peugeot 3008. Paddle shifters. The gear selector is a joystick, on the right side of which you can see the mode selector knob. A lot of attention has been put in details. Since this car was partly made by Volvo, security is taken seriously, as we will see during the drive test. I'm a fan of the atmosphere I could feel in this car. The red stitching and bucket seats gave a sporty yet secure feeling. I was told that the designers wanted the driver to feel like entering a big modern city when sitting in that car. I'm not sure what they meant by that, but I can tell you that it feels definitely very modern. Another thing you cannot get from behind your screen is the smell, or the absence of any. We have pollution filters, of course, but we also have filters for any unpleasant smells. Unfortunately, you don't get the plasticky smell that you usually have from a new car. As I said before, the design was made by a team of 200 designers from all over the world. But the chief designer is once again Peter Horbury, the man who made the Geely GS. They had to create a design out of nowhere with no history to rely on. Geely asked specifically to give no hint of its Volvo underpinnings. So I'll let you judge by yourselves. The car's definitely not ugly, but I can see hints of other famous car designs everywhere. So now I'll test drive that car. This is the Lynk and Co 01. Under the hood, as I said before, it has a 2-liter turbocharged engine producing 190 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque, yes. So this car can achieve the 0 to 100 kilometers in less than 8 seconds, 7.7 seconds. Why? Because actually this car is quite light. Although it's a huge beast, you can see it's quite big, right? It's only 1.7 tons. The A and B pillars have been reinforced, and under the car the platform is completely flat, very smooth. So I think they did this to reduce. This was all done to reduce the drag coefficient, so the car can drive and accelerate faster, and of course it's more fuel efficient. So let's go inside now. Okay, so now for the drive test. So as usual, you press the brake, start and stop, and the car goes very smoothly. You have a knob here, the drive mode, so you have the choice between eco mode, comfort mode, dynamic, and cross terrain. So I'll go on dynamic because why not? Let's go! Okay, so first let's make a U-turn. Nobody's coming here. Alright. We'll do an acceleration test later. But first, driving. So as I said before, once the windows are closed, you can barely hear anything coming from the outside. The operation is very smooth, very quiet. So now, as I said before, I'm in dynamic mode. So as soon as I touch the pedal, the car jumps. So we'll have a 0 to 100 acceleration test with 3 people in the car. All right. So nobody's behind us, almost no one in front of us. And let's go. On 3, 2, 1, go. 50, 70, 80, 90, 100. And brake. Oh my. Okay, the brakes are quite responsive too. Sorry. Okay, now now I want to change the mode, so from dynamic mode to eco mode. Okay, and let's see what differences it make. So accelerating. Well, it's not heavier actually, it just feels smoother. You press the accelerator and the car actually reacts. It doesn't feel heavy. So quite nice, okay? And now let's try the other. So that was the eco mode. Now, okay. So now let's switch from eco to comfort mode and see what difference it makes. So accelerate. It feels smooth too. I don't feel much difference actually between the two modes. Car feels almost the same. Alright, and now let's try the all-terrain mode. Cross-terrain actually. So what does it make? Let's have a look. Okay, so now the acceleration is maybe slower, but the car feels stronger maybe. And Jiasu, I will accelerate. Okay. Okay. So I'll try the dynamic mode again. So now we are stopped. And 3, 2, 1, go! 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and stop. Wow. Okay, that was insane. So this car, although it's big, it's huge, as I showed before, it's quite a beast. The acceleration, it doesn't feel like a SUV, except from the drive position. I mean, I'm quite high, but the car has almost no body roll. It's firm, but smooth. So this is the opposite of the car I tried last time, the i6. It feels good. For SUV, it feels good. The average consumption is 10 liters per 100 kilometers. So for a 2 liter, I think it's quite okay. And well, the car feels nice. It feels tough. And the doors are made from only one piece of steel. I mean, there is no soldering, nothing. So maybe that's why this car is, it feels at the same time quite sturdy but light. So quite a challenge they achieved here. Time to conclude now, and let's start with the price. This premium luxury SUV is sold for a price ranging from 130 to 200,000 yuan. For this price, you get a Chinese Volvo XC40. The handling is truly amazing. The car is very responsive, almost zippy. You also get lots of security features inherited from Volvo. The onboard technology isn't lacking either. You get adaptive cruise control, 360 camera, unlimited Wi-Fi data hotspot, voice recognition system, and the list goes on and on and on. I can't wait to see an electric powered car made by Lynk and Co. But I have to admit that for a first car, they have struck hard.